G'day there, it's Cameron from supremegreens.com.au, and in this video I'm going to walk you through a case study of one of the most popular DIY golf greens that a customer of ours has put together. This screen has been, or at least a photo of this green and the story of this green has been told many times, both by us and some of his friends, and it just so happens to be that the size of this green is also the most popular size, around about 50 square metres in total, a putting surface of around 30 and 20 odd metres, 20 square metres of fringe. So let's get into it. Just so you're sure, with DIY, supremegreens.com.au we supply basically everything you need to do it. The putting surface, a premium putting surface that has been created for DIY. It's really easy to install. It also gives you an awesome, realistic putting surface. It runs about 10 on the Stimpmeter, which is a really good speed, and that's very consistent. The grass is very durable. It's easy to work with, which is important. A lot of the cheap grasses that you can hunt and find in hardware stores and a lot of the cheap grasses from overseas aren't really easy to work with. This grass is easy to work with. It cuts well and it joins very easily. So we send that premium surface to you. We can also supply fringe grass if you want, and I've said for ages that if you want your green to be really awesome, you can add a fringe to it. The fringe looks great. It helps you cut in some shape to your green, so you haven't got a rectangle or a square. You also can chip from the fringe. It adds a new dimension to your green. If you really want to take your game to a new level, improve your chipping, and with a fringe around your green, you're going to be able to chip and pitch onto your green, which is awesome. We also supply cups and flags and tape. What we don't do is we don't provide the base material. The base material would be very expensive to ship around the country. It's actually much cheaper for you to source the base materials locally. All those outdoor garden supply shops have the base material, and it's really, really easy for you to get, much cheaper to get. So essentially we send you the hardware minus the base materials, and you do the rest. Now, the DIY option is the most cost-effective way of getting your own amazing backyard synthetic golf green. Full install can be expensive. As a starting point, at a very low end, our cheapest price for an install is about $4,000 to $5,000. So in a DIY option is going to be much cheaper than that. Just a bit of a tip for you with DIY, you may want someone to help you do the install, especially if you've never worked outside, if you don't have a lot of experience moving dirt around. And I highly recommend that you source a local Bobcat / excavator driver to help you with the base works. The base works are key, and a good Bobcat operator can work for about $100 an hour, and he can move a lot of dirt around. He can make sure your levels are right. He can also help you with compacting the base materials, which is really important. And just they are worth their weight in gold because they don't charge a lot of money. $100 an hour, give or take. You can shop around, but these guys are everywhere and they're awesome. So if you're a bit hesitant with DIY, look at getting someone to help you, and your local Bobcat excavator driver will be your best friend. Trust me. Now, with the green I'm about to show you, the guy, his name was Andrew. He took his time to ensure everything was done properly. He didn't rush it. He had access to a DIY guide, which is the next slide here, which walks you through the process step by step. It's a multimedia web page with lots of text, images, videos, tips and tricks, pro tips and tricks on making sure you get the best result for your money. The guide is unique in the industry and something we're very proud of. But yeah, the owner in the case study I'm about to show you, he took his time. He did it over a few weekends. He got a couple of mates to help him, and he really just made sure everything was done properly. So here's the picture of during. He put it next to his pool. He's got a fairly typical size backyard on the Sunshine Coast. And this is I went and visited the green at this point. He just wanted to make sure everything was going well. I was living on the Sunshine Coast at the time, so it was just around the corner. I can tell you from visiting this green that he spent a lot of time getting the base works absolutely perfect. They were nice and firm. The drainage was right. He installed the cups correctly. He mapped everything out. He knew exactly how much grass he needed. He did everything correct, and the final result is this. He had a little tier in the middle, 4 hole locations, and he got it in time, built it in time for his 50th birthday party, and he had all his mates around, and he said the putting green was the absolute highlight of the party. He was hitting chip shots from the fringe, had putting comps, chipping nearest to the pin comps, the whole works. And he said by the end of the night they were going back behind the pool and hitting shots from all over the place, over the roof of the house, and getting the ball to stop on the green, which is crazy, but they had a lot of fun. And here's another photo. Good size green. So the putting surface is 3.7 wide and approximately 8 to 9 meters long, with fringe all the way around it. And you actually see from the previous photo, he's built it up well. The backyard had a bit of slope to it, so he built it up on one side, so it drains well. It's not going to wash away, and everything's nice and flat. So the putting surface works really well. He just did a fantastic job. So if you're in the market for your own backyard golf green, you want the most cost-effective way to get your own backyard golf green, something that's going to give you years of enjoyment, a premium Aussie-made product, then visit supremegreens.com.au/DIY-info. The link that's right here on your screen. Visit that link and you can get the ball rolling. We'll get back to you with a no obligation free quotation. Thanks for watching.